This story centers on a boy who was murdered by his evil stepmother. What? No! What the fuck? I can't believe it just happened. Oh my god, no! He ruined it! This was probably the most random book I've ever read. I'm 104 pages into the book. It's not good, but I've read 104 pages in 40 minutes. I have never read so fast in my life. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Heather if you're new here, and this week I'm gonna be reading books that the book girlies picked for me to read. And if your name is Lexi, Nadia, Eden, or Amina, we're not gonna talk about the fact that I asked you guys for these book recommendations in January. We're gonna ignore that. I moved and then I got distracted and then I got distracted again. But here we are today. Throughout this week, I'm just gonna be reading the books that these girls picked for me. First, we have Lexi, who picked for me to read Shark Heart, which is behind me. All I know about this book is that it will probably make me cry, and the guy slowly morphs into a shark. I don't even know what genre this falls into. Then we have Eden's pick, which is Juniper and Thorn. This is a gothic horror, the Juniper Tree retelling. I haven't read a retelling book in a very long time, and the fact that this is gothic and horror with also a twist of fantasy has me very excited for this one. Then we have Nadia, who picked a book that I have also never heard of before, Easy by Tamara Weber. I thought this was an unpopular book. Like, I thought she recommended me a book that was just like kind of indie and like underground. It has like 200 ratings on Goodreads. It's just really old. The old cover looks like this. Love the new updated cover. What is this? Questionable. It is a romance book set at a college. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the college setting just because I'm so far removed from college. So I'm a little nervous about this one, but don't worry, Nadia. I'm excited. And lastly, we have Amina, who recommended me Owned by a Sinner. I believe this is by Michelle Hurd, which I've read one book by Michelle Hurd before. It was a mafia romance book. When Amina recommended me this book, she said, "Mafia book. So stupid. And funny." I genuinely think it was written by AI. I'm probably going to be screaming at the book the entire time if it has any AI-like quality. So I remember liking that. What was that book? Hold on. My laptop is right in front of me. Let me pull up my Goodreads and see what the name of that book was that I read by Michelle Hurd this past year. Oh, I read Merciless Saints, and I gave it 3.5 stars. This was that batshit crazy mafia book, but the ending of it gave me whiplash. I had fun reading it though. I'm about to head to Texas to go celebrate my dad's birthday for the week, so we will start reading these books once I get to Texas. One thing about me is that I love a good perfume. I feel like a perfume is the finishing touch to an outfit, whether I'm going to hang out with friends or I'm going for a walk with Phineas. And one of my favorite ways to try new perfumes every month is through Scentbird, so thank you Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. I got 2 different scents this month. I got the Earth Marshmallow Musk, which has notes of Earl Grey tea, magnolia petals, lavender petals, fresh jasmine, and marshmallow. This has been my go-to everyday perfume. I've just been kind of wearing it on a daily basis. And then I also got the Navitas Ambrosia Imperiale, which has notes of banana, rum, dates, which we know I love, vanilla, and whipped cream. I love this one. This has recently been my favorite and has been my go-to perfume to wear when I'm going out to dinner with friends or I have a special occasion. What I really like about Scentbird is that you're not committing to a full-size bottle of perfume from the get-go, and your first month with Scentbird is only $8, then after that it's less than $17 a month. I like having the flexibility to try before I buy, especially when it comes to scents. Scentbird has over 900 different fragrances that you can choose from to try, from popular brands like Prada and Versace to more niche labels like Parfum de Marly and Roja. Also, when you try Scentbird, you get a 30-day supply of each fragrance. There is a 30-day supply in here, which for me personally, it gives me plenty of time to fully experience the scent and really feel it out if I like it or not, which is so good to do before committing to a full-size bottle of perfume. If you're not sure what to try on the Scentbird website, they do have a quiz that you can take. It encourages you to experiment with different fragrances and it offers personalized suggestions based off your preferences. Like I said, they have a lot of different fragrances to choose from on their website, so the quiz is very helpful in kind of narrowing it down for you. If you're interested in trying Scentbird, you can scan my QR code that will be on the screen, or you can click the link in the description bar down below. Using my coupon code will get you 55% off at Scentbird, plus you will get free delivery to your door and you will get a free case. And again, your first month will just be $8. Thank you Scentbird for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the reading vlog. The first book I'm gonna be reading is Eden's pick, Juniper and Thorn. This is the juniper tree retelling, which I didn't even know what that was up until 5 minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. A retelling of the juniper tree in which a young witch seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her ruthless wizard father. This is the only book that I either couldn't get from my library or I didn't already own, so I went to Barnes & Noble yesterday to pick it up. I am at Barnes & Noble. I'm at my old Barnes & Noble because I'm in my hometown. At my old stomping grounds. I'm going in here to look for one book, the book that Eden picked for me. That's the only book that's not available on Kindle Unlimited or I don't own. The book that Lexi picked, I own a copy and I have it on Libby. The book that Nadia picked, I own an e-copy of it. The book that Amina picked is available on Kindle Unlimited. It was somewhere at the front, just like in a random section. Snagged. They made the romance section in here like way bigger than it was before. It's this entire space now, which is kind of crazy. And of course they do that right after I leave. I don't know how well you could hear me in there because I came on a Saturday night with the intention of, oh, surely people will have fun plans on a Saturday night. They won't be at Barnes & Noble. No, it was packed in there. Found the book eventually. It took me and the guys working there a little bit to find it. It was at like a random section at the front. The bookseller was telling me that he's been wanting to read this book for a long time. I was like, oh, well, my friend Eden really likes it, so you should read it. It's very, very short. It's only 301 pages. Eden, if you're seeing this, don't be scared. Don't be alarmed. Don't be worried. Last time Eden recommended a book for me to read for like one of these videos, or maybe she recommended me a book for like my TBR August. I don't know. I'll put the video here. She recommended me Ready or Not, which was not a favorite of mine, and I don't like that book, and we just like choose to disagree on that. But I hated that I read her recommendation and I was like, I don't like this. So Eden, don't be scared. I think I'm really gonna like this one. I'm already really liking the scene that it has thrown me into. The setting of it, the vibes, all the girls and sisters having like too long of hair, slim curls, rolled like tobacco. Like I'm already loving the visual that I'm getting for everything. Our father would not let us cut our hair even an inch. The clients, he said, liked that there was something charmingly rustic about us, our untrimmed hair, the relic of older, simpler times.
Got her in 2005, didn't we? Molly, where's my kiss? Where's my kiss? Oh,
go Molly girl.
Yeah, good.
I am on chapter 10 of this book. I read 140 pages yesterday, and then I read another 30-ish pages this morning. The world that this is set in is so fascinating to me, and the way that the author describes or is descriptive with her sentences, it feels so immersive. I really like it. Eden, I'm really liking this book. Marlon Chen, who is the youngest sister and who is kind of the dud of the sisters a little bit, she's the main character of our book. These three sisters live with their dad, who is an awful wizard. He is so angry and he makes me so angry. Anytime he's in a scene, anytime there's an interaction with him, he's just the absolute worst. He is the worst to all of his daughters, but Marlon Chen being the youngest, I feel like she's very much taking the brunt of everything, and the other sisters don't have it much better. So some of their reactions in the book, I want to get angry at them, but then I'm also like they're under the wrath of their father too, and they're dealing with that in just different ways. I highlighted this one sentence that describes her very well, and it says, "I was ugly in the most forgettable sense, like the unmatched silverware in a drawer, the dull knife that your hand passed over without your brain supplying a reason why." That's how she describes herself, and that's how kind of everybody describes her, and it's really sad. Marlon Chen kind of has a little bit of a romance in this book. Well, it's not really a romance. She has a crush on a boy for the first time, and he is really great and he's really kind, and they don't really interact too much, but they interact just enough to where you're hoping she can get out from under her father's wrath and go hang out with this boy. Not much is happening between them, but in the back of my mind, while she's dealing with her father's wrath, I'm like, oh, but him, he's a ballet dancer. He has his own issues, and when they came together for one moment in the book, nothing even like happened between them, but just like their friendship and their communication was just so adorable, and they both seemed so happy. After she had met with him again, she said it was like someone were fishing for coins in a fountain and had finally closed their fingers around the one that was me. These angry men in this book are pissing me off. They're pissing me off. Why are they so motherfucking angry? I know the dad, the wizard dad, had a curse put on him. He was awful before the curse was put on him. Now he's just like the worst. I hate this girl's dad. I feel so immersed in the story. It's making me feel rage like no other. I did get the pages a little wet. Just a little. Just this page. I'm really liking the book. I'm liking it a lot more than I thought I would. I kind of figured that I would like it because it's gothic horror, and it really is truly like gothic horror with a mix of like fantasy in there. It feels very whimsical, but like angry whimsical, if that makes any sense. It feels like a fairy tale, but a nitty-gritty angry fairy tale, which I'm really liking. It's like feeding my inner child right now in the best way. I have 40 pages left, and I thought I was gonna go to sleep here and finish it in the morning, but the ending is so good. I think I'm just gonna stay up and finish it. 30 pages till the end of this book, and I finally Googled the Juniper Tree fairy tale, and it is a dark, mature Brothers Grimm fairy tale that was published in 1812. It explores themes of murder, child abuse, and cannibalism. This story centers on a boy who was murdered by his evil stepmother. What? Book 1 of this video is done, Juniper and Thorn, and it was absolutely incredible. I loved every second of it. I read it in 2 days. This is a very short and fast-paced read, and if you're wanting those fairy tale vibes and you also tend to like more gothic horror, I cannot recommend this enough. It was so fun. The rage that I felt while reading Such Sharp Teeth, that is like the rage and the anger that I felt while reading this book, which I loved Such Sharp Teeth because of those aspects and what it kind of like, ew, this is gonna make me sound like very book reviewery. The emotion it evoked from me. It's true. The emotion it evoked from me made me feel the way that book made me feel, and I love that book. Next, I'm gonna read the book that Nadia picked for me just because I'm in the mood for a silly romance. Not a silly romance. I don't think this is silly. I think this book is actually very emotional. I guess I'm just in the mood for contemporary romance. You could say that. I didn't know when you buy ebooks on the Barnes & Noble website, you can only read them through the Nook app. Maybe everybody knew that. I did not. I can only read it through the Nook app, so we're gonna be reading this book on my phone. I never read on my phone. I hate reading on my phone. But I already bought it. I'm not buying it again. He knows her name. Guys, he knows her name. She didn't give him her name. She's like, Jackie. I didn't tell him my name. I have a feeling he has been paying attention to her this entire time. And because she had a boyfriend, she never had eyes for anyone else, obviously, so she never saw this man with the piercing in his lip at the back of class or anywhere on campus. He's also a barista, and at the beginning of the book, after he does save her from being assaulted, he's the barista at the coffee shop, and he keeps asking her, you okay? And then he runs into her again, and he's like, you okay? No, why am I shaking? Why am I shaking? I love a good man. I love a good man who cares. I love a good man who cares and who pays attention. I feel like other than Icebreaker, I've not loved any other college romance books. I'm very removed from college. I graduated college in 2020. Very far removed from that, to the point where sometimes I'll like start one and I'm like, this is not for me. I'm loving this. This is so fun. I'm loving it. I think he's gonna be her tutor too, please. Please, force proximity, please. I haven't read for this video or continued reading Easy for like 4 days. Not because the book is bad. The book is fucking good. The book is so good. But I haven't wanted to pick it up because I've been reading on my phone. I hate reading on my phone. Come to find out, I really hate it. I was looking on Libby last night again, and I was like, maybe Easy is on there. Maybe I just missed it. I did miss it. I don't know how. I typed it in. Maybe I typed the author's name wrong the first time, but it is available through my library on the Libby app. But the thing is with the copy of it is you can only read it on the Libby app. This e-reader lets you get on the Libby app directly on here. So I pulled up the book. I get too distracted if I read on my phone. I did get, how many pages am I into this? I'm 155 pages into the book, 13 chapters in, and I'm going to finish it today. It's a really incredible book. There's so much tension between the characters, and there's a little bit of a love triangle, but also not really, but I love this love triangle. Like, I'm obsessed with what's going on. Check the trigger warnings with this book because it starts out with the FMC being assaulted at the beginning of it, and the MMC saves her. That happens right after the FMC's ex-boyfriend breaks up with her, and this was her long-term boyfriend. She went to this college for this boyfriend. She gave up some of her musical dreams to go to the same school and follow her boyfriend, and he dumped her ass. At the part I'm at right now, the ex-boyfriend is starting to like come around, and I'm like, no, stay away. Get the fuck away. What are you doing? He like just popped in, and she said he had desire in his eyes. And I was like, no, God, please, no, no. And he was really judgmental towards the MMC. The MMC is a working man. The MMC has a bunch of random odd jobs. He's a working man. He's probably trying to pay his way through school. He's still very mysterious at the part of the book that I'm at. We haven't really found out like too much detail about him. We found out like what he looks like. He has a piercing, which is really sexy. Which is really sexy. And he's just like mysterious and hot and smart. And that's all we've gotten from him so far. Anyways, at the part that I'm at, Jacqueline's ex-boyfriend just kind of like stumbled back into the scene. And I'm like, go away, go away. I feel like there's gonna be a conflict with him later on. And you know what? I'm hoping Lucas like punches him in the face or something. I don't know. Okay, let's continue this. Finally, thank God. Very excited. No, 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 no. This man is so mysterious. And this is giving me, like, the relationship between these two characters is giving me very, like, college vibes. Like, I'm having war flashbacks. I'm reading this and I'm like, what is he thinking? I can't tell what he's thinking. But I can obviously tell at the same time this is a romance book, so I'm like, he's gonna be in love with her, whatever. But putting myself in Jacqueline's shoes, this man is so confusing, sexy, but confusing as f. And they already broke up, bitch! They already broke up. What percent am I through the book? I don't know if I like slow burn, if they cut it off and then it just keeps burning. They had good reason, but like, what the f? I potentially see a redemption for the ex-boyfriend, not relationship-wise. He was a real asswipe when he broke up with her, and his reasoning for breaking up with her was just so fucking stupid, and all of his actions, they're just like, ugh, ugh, they give me like a full body, like, ugh. However, he's still friends with her assaulter. He doesn't know what happened. Redemption? Potential. Redemption, like, very much a potential right now. Slight redemption. Like, this doesn't negate what he did at the beginning of the book, but like, I'm really happy with his character right now. Well, with his character's response. Kennedy, I'm proud of you. In this moment, Kennedy, I don't want to punch you or kick you in the balls. I would, at best, right now, give you a high five or fist bump for what you're doing right now. No! What the? No! He ruined it! He ruined it! He ruined it! I can't believe that just happened! Oh my God, no! He ruined it! He ruined it! Oh my God! I did not see that coming! I did not see that coming. This is how I'm feeling about him right now. Nah. Bring back Lucas. Bring back the MMC. Like, I want... Where's he at, actually? She just texted this man, I need you. They haven't communicated. Remember how we just like, where's Lucas at? Where the fuck is Lucas at? They haven't communicated. And then all of a sudden she needs him. And she goes, I need you. His immediate response. Where are you? In my room. Be there in 10 minutes. Oh my god, I'm like too weak. Trying to remain cool, calm, and collected. I'm not doing a good job. This book is making me lose my mind. I'm 90% in and they're still not lovers. Why aren't we loving it up yet? Why are we not lovers? The rapist being dealt with in this book is healing a part of me. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a rapist getting what he deserves. Seeing victims get the justice that they deserve make me happy. I have been rendered speechless. I have no words for what is happening at the end of this book right now. Oh my god. Plot twist! Plot twist, but also I probably should have saw it coming. Oh, bro, the last sentence of the book. Choosing to be with you isn't a difficult decision, Jacqueline, he breathed, pulling back one final time to stare into my eyes. It's easy, incredibly easy. That was a really, really good book. I'm a big fan of Lucas. He was so mysterious, but he had his own trauma that we got to like unpack and find out towards the end of the book, and it was so sad. It was so sad. And it very much explained him as a person, and I love him, and I love Jacqueline, and she's such a survivor. And also, after the book ends, it has sexual assault survivor resources, which we love. We love so very much. Come to find out this is a 4-book interconnected series. The second book, I think it's called Breakable or something. I just added it to my TBR. Where did it go? The old cover is also incredibly questionable. The new cover, very cute. The summary is a little bit vague, but based off some of the reviews that I read, I didn't want to try to go like too deep into the reviews because I didn't want to see any spoilers on accident or too many details about the book. But I believe it is the same timeline, or majority of the book is the same timeline as Easy, but from Lucas's point of view, which I would find very interesting because there were so many parts in Easy where he was just like paying attention and he knew details about her. And so you could tell he's been like paying attention to her from the start and ever since he saw her, like at the first day of class. So I'm very curious to like see his obsession, which some of the reviews were saying he was creepy for how much he paid attention to her, but like I find it endearing. Second book of this video done, also a banger. The next book that we're gonna read is Shark Heart. This was Lexi's pick. When I asked her to give me a book recommendation, she immediately responded, "Do you like sad books?" To which I responded, yes. Do I actually like sad books? Questionable. But I said yes regardless. I'm like so confused about this book because the first paragraph of the summary, it says, for Lewis and Ren, their first year of marriage is also their last. A few weeks after their wedding, Lewis receives a rare diagnosis. He will retain most of his consciousness, memories, and intellect, but his physical body will gradually transform into a great white shark. What? It's one of the strangest books I've ever read in my life. I'm enjoying it, but it's so odd. Like, this man literally turns into a shark. It's so odd and random, and the mutations that some of the humans have in this book, and it's just like so normal. The two main characters live in Dallas, Texas, and they're talking about like I-35, and they went to this one lake. Was it White Rock Lake? I used to go there. I've been around Dallas too many years of my life, so they're talking about things in the book, and I'm like, oh, I know where that is. Oh, I know where that is. Oh, wait, I know where that is. And then all of a sudden he's mutating into a shark, and I'm like, what is going on? I can't stop thinking about this one scene at the beginning of the book where no one showed up to Ren's birthday party as a child. I'll be reading and I'll be like, ha, la-di-da-di-da, and then I'm like, no one showed up to her birthday party as a child, and that nearly made me cry. The setup of the book itself is a little bit different. There's not words filling up every single page. I'm liking the flow of it though. I'm very curious to see what the ending is gonna be. Like, I'm not quite sure what we're working towards right now because he's already a shark. Can he come back from that? Lewis is the shark, and he was married to Ren for a very short time, and I'm already not doing well with the fact that they could not be married and be in their happy marriage for long because of his mutation. So I don't know Like, how is it gonna get sadder from here? I'm already devastated. And we're done. Might be shouting. I had my brown noise playing, so sorry. It was good. I liked it. It's definitely a love story, but it's a different type of love story. It's not just like romantic love, it's also familial love. And the book deals a lot with grief, and I also really liked the mother-daughter relationships that we got to see throughout the book. I said this earlier, but I stand by it. This was probably the most random book I've ever read. It was so strange. Very, very odd. Like, what the f do you mean this man turns into a great white shark? Now moving on to our last book of the video. Finn, girl, I'm about to stiff arm you. I need you to go over there. Stiff arm. The last book we're gonna read in this video is Amina's pick. All I want to do is look after my dad, so when I land a job of a lifetime that will take care of our expenses, I grab at the chance with both hands. Little do I know the impossible will be expected of me. Slowly my smile fades and my laughter dies until all that's left is the broken puppet my personal hell created. Liam Byrne, the head of the Irish Mafia, returns from a business trip, and I expected my hellish nightmare to increase tenfold. Is she like his assistant or something? Brutal, merciless, and dangerous, Liam is feared by all, even the monster intent on killing my soul. What is your line of work? What is your line of work? What do you do? Turns out I was wrong. The instant Liam notices what's happening, he's taking me under his wing. The instant Liam notices what's happening, he takes me under his wing. Even though he's all sharp edges and threatening growls, I feel safe with him. Little by little, my sunshine creeps through the cracks and my laughter returns. But can one monster really defeat another? Or am I just a girl dreaming about the impossible? This is the polar opposite of this book. All of these books, it's like all polar opposites of each other. It's actually hilarious. I just read the first chapter and I already get what Amina's saying. I genuinely think this was written by AI. From the start, it's feeling very AI-esque. It's like choppy. This is an age gap romance. She's 24 and he's 39. 39? That right there is a crazy sentence. Past month has been so fucking busy. I'm exhausted. Stepping off my private jet. Oh dear God. Amina, what is this? There's the breath of fresh air this company needs. The sudden compliment catches me off guard, and I stand awkwardly with a mouthful of teeth. Is a mouthful of teeth a phrase? Hold on, I gotta Google this. I have never heard of that before. It says it's a Dutch proverb. I'm 104 pages into the book. It's not good, but I've read 104 pages in 40 minutes. I have never read so fast in my life. I've got you, baby. You're a mafia princess and my responsibility. I'll take care of you. I am losing my mind. Guys, I've been reading for 2 hours and I'm on page 229. It's the way I finished this book in max 4 hours. Max 4 hours. Was it good? No. Was it written by AI? Abso-fucking-lutely. Amina, that was a train wreck, but in the best way. Like, I binged it so quickly. This girl's line of work was as an assistant for this company that had mafia ties. The man who owned the company was in the mafia, but his company, Byrne Enterprise, was separate from the mafia. This girl started working for Byrne Enterprise, so that was her line of work. She was an assistant. The MMC of the book had to like protect and save her. He literally had to swoop in and save her life. And then he was obsessed with her. They said, "I love you," a week and a half of them having like a bit of forced proximity. Crazy, but also when you know, I guess. Like, I've never known, so I don't know. When you know, you know. Bingeable? Yes. Good? No. Big thank you to these lovely ladies for picking these books for me to read for this video. I loved the range that I had with these books. These books were truly all over the place and it felt like a roller coaster of a reading week, and I loved that. I actually enjoyed every single book in their own way. And thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I will see y'all next week.